freshman year, this junior, not going to name names, she obviously was into me. And I did some research on the interwebs and with friends, the ones I didn't have. And I asked around about her, and they're like, oh yeah, she's kind of a hoe. And I was like, wait a minute.
You couldn't figure that out beforehand?
No, I was blinded by the dark side. and she's a hoe whenever she's got a signature move. And so they're like, yeah, her signature move is blowjobs. Interesting.
True.
And so, she was into me. We started talking, and then we dated for about 3 or 4 months. And one night, it was getting kind of, freaky. She was sucking my toes. No, she didn't do that. But, we were both messing around, and then I wasn't driving at the time because I was only a freshman. And so she was like, all right, I'm going to drive you home now. I'm like, well, it's a bit early, but all right. And then she pulls off to the side of some place that wasn't my house, and I'm like, you must be delusional or have, memory loss, because this ain't my house. And she was like, no, I was going to give you a blowjob. And I was like, real shit? Okay. And, but, the dude's lights were on outside of his house, and I was like, well, maybe we shouldn't do it right here, because what if he comes out to take out his trash, or some reason he comes outside, and he's like, hey, there's a kid getting a blowjob.
He'd be happy.
Comes
He'd be
out
like,
to chase mail.
congratulations, kid.
And, he goes out to plant some flowers, 11:30 at night, as one does. Like, that's whenever the soil is moist. And so I was like, let's find a better spot. And as we're driving, I started remembering what my parents told me, because my parents, brainwashed me on this stuff. And they're like, it's a 50-50 chance you're getting an STD, and you're clean, and they're the other 50%, so that means they're not. And I was like, that seems logical to me, because that adds to 100. And we were, so I was like, she's a hoe, she likes blowjobs. Wait a minute, I'm not the 50%. Shit's adding up. I felt like Scooby-Doo. And so we found another spot, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about this. She's like, well, why not? And my tiny, small brain did not function this fully, and I straight out said, well, I just don't think you're clean. But if you want to get tested and, you're good, that's cool, I guess. And then no words were said on the way home, but I was like a little kid on my ride back from Walmart. I was looking out the window, I'm like, oh, it's so nice out. Like, God has truly blessed us with a wonderful day, and she's probably thinking, there's a special place in hell for me. And I got home, and I always gave her, a kiss, and she didn't kiss me back, and I was like, bitch. And so I kissed her another time, and I was like, all right, well, text ya, see ya. And I walked into the house, and she skirted up out of there pretty quick. And then I was really open with my mom and dad about what happened in that relationship, and so I was like, yo, Dad, you're not gonna believe it, as he looks up from his newspaper and whiskey. And, not to make him sound like an alcoholic, but he was drinking whiskey at the time.
Like all dads.
Of course. And
Yeah.
and he was like, what's up? I'm like, could've gone a blowjob. Gives me a high five. Well, why didn't you? I told that bitch she wasn't clean. And then he took his high five back. And then my mom comes out, and he was like, hey, listen. And she was like, is it about his girlfriend's sexual stuff? And I was like, yep. And she was like, no one cares. You're gonna find this great. Could've gone a blowjob. She's like, don't care. I'm like, but I told that bitch she wasn't clean. And she was like, wait a minute. You should probably apologize. So I called her twice, didn't pick up, texted her 3 times saying, hey, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking, please forgive me. Didn't get any response. She didn't talk to me for a solid week, but she did still send me streaks. What a trooper. Although the streaks did say, have a shitty day. So I think there's some anger behind them, but I'm not sure. And then, Care Bear Day, what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Day to Care, to where we helped out different places.
Bear Day.
That's what Mr. Holbert called it. Anyways, we did that, and I didn't have a ride, because, again, I'm a freshman, so I'm sitting in the lunchroom, and she texts me, and she's like, hey, we should talk. And I'm like, ooh, about what? This is gonna be great. And she's like, I see you. You're sitting at the lunch table. I'm standing up out, by the vending machine. So I go over to the vending machines, and we just kind of talk about it.
Oh, why did that bitch not come to you?
Because I was with a group of friends, and she, yeah, we talked about it, and I'm like, hey, I realized what I did, and I apologize, and if you want this relationship to continue, you kind of have to get past it, too, because that's just, I can't take it back. It's already been said. But I thought she was looking for a reason to break up with me. She was like, no, it's just yada, 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 I don't really listen to bullshit, and then she broke up with me. But that's the story. She did used to go to church with my parents and I, which was weird, because after church we would watch football, and she would give me a hand job. So that kind of defeated the whole purpose. But I guess it equaled out. Good, evil, clash, neutral. And, so one day after church, this was 3 weeks, so a month has gone by, And I just went to church, and so I was like thinking about, yeah, I used to go to church. Not like I missed her or anything. Just saw about. I'm sitting in shotgun. Sister's in the back. Mom's, driving. And they're talking about the message of today. And I just blatantly, because I was zoned out looking out the window, and I blatantly interrupted. I could have gotten a blowjob. She was like, Kevin, did you learn nothing? I'm like, I probably should have taken it. That's what I learned.
How many girls have you almost dated?
Oh, shit. Okay. Legitimately dated? I've almost dated around.
Do I have to hang out with them at least once, or can it just be a girl I've talked about dating with, and she felt the same about?
I mean, if you don't hang out, then it's like, not really. Like, you guys aren't talking or anything, so you guys don't hang out.
Well, that's where I was different with me, is like, because I've been in a lot of times to where I texted a girl, and it was obvious we both liked each other, and the intent was to date, and then I turned to Casper, and I fucking just, like, she must have said, you're the dad or some shit, because it was enough for me to bounce. I don't remember. But, over 15. Especially over 10. I don't know about over 15, but over 10 for sure.
Do you just, like, ghost them?
Yes. Pretty much almost. Or I kind of, like, because I'd say I'm fun to hang out with, and I know how to have a good time with people, but then whenever I'm trying to purposely not get with a girl, I change how I act, and I kind of become quiet and not shitty, but, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
one girl went to Ozark in my grade. She got her license a year before I did, so she's just a total, a year before I am, a year older. And we talked, because I hit her up because of her bio. We talked, and then
What did Maya say?
this was right whenever I got into politics, and her thing was, just because I'm a feminist doesn't mean I
fuck.
hate men. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. But she turned out to be really cool, and we had, like, the same sense of humor, so I thought that was cool. And then I met her in person, and I'm like, you don't look like your Instagram pictures. Except for your ass. Your ass does. But your face doesn't. Question mark. I've been bemoozled. And so the only reason why I kind of stuck around is I was like, she kind of got a fatty, like Mr. Krabs' daughter. But, so, talked to her. She was just too weird. Like, I get there's being weird in text. She's, like, in weird, like, in person she was weird. And I was like,
The female
Okay.
have a
And-
fat ass, so that's a
And
problem.
I went over to her house, and I
What do you mean Michael's Timmy thick?
yeah.
He's a fucking toothpick at best.
I went over to her house.
Leg is the size of my forearm. Continue.
I went over to her house, and in my opinion, I'm really good with parents, and her parents loved me, and her neighbors, because they had like a cookout, her neighbors came over, her neighbors loved me as well, and I think she wanted like, it was funny because after the all that was done, we sat on the couch and watched TV, and it was one of those L couches. I sat in the middle, and she sat in the middle of a length. So I was at the vertex, and she was just kind of on a leg, and I don't know if this girl had Tourette's or like a seizure or something, but for some reason she kept moving closer to me, and I'm like, you're not, like, you can't do this naturally, like, oh, a breeze. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. So obviously something was going on with her. She just wanted to get closer. And I was like, haha, and I started stacking pillows in between us like a barrier. I was like, look at this beautiful wall. And then my dad came and picked me up. I'm pretty sure she wanted a kiss, but
Just give her a whole high five.
yeah, no, like, I was like, all right, see ya, and I kind of gave her that, like, high five, fist bump, like, pulling, like you do with your guy bros, and I was like, see ya, and, peace sign, I was out the door,
Yeah.
and then, the worst part is she had, like, an older brother, and except he was, like, a little bit smaller than I was, and I got hella sweaty because I was at her house playing basketball, and I got hella sweaty with my shirt, so they let me change it to a different shirt, right? And it was one of his shirts. I still had that shirt. Like, she was like, when am I, because this is a month later after I stopped texting her, when am I going to get that shirt back?
Never.
What shirt? Who's this? I was like, I realized that dating, the only reason I dated her was because, it wasn't because I was attracted to her, that, I liked her personality. Like, she was somewhat attractive, and she somewhat had a good personality, but that wasn't the reason I dated her. The reason why I dated her was because I liked the fact that a girl liked me. And it was, like, so long since a girl liked me, and I was like, hey, this is cool. And I didn't really think, do I like her back, though? And so I really wanted to make sure that whenever I got my next girlfriend, it was someone I really liked. And so
Yeah.
I made it, like, fucking possible for that to happen.
I understand that.
That's where it's different, because with this girl I'm gonna hang out with tomorrow, I genuinely, like, really, really like her.
How sweet.
Really, really like this girl.
What do you like about her?
Um,
God, no,
what do I like about her? I think,
Make sure you actually like genuinely like her.
You're a no-bo. It's fine.
yeah, and I thought about that. I was like, you know, because since then I kind of realized, one, don't need a girlfriend that much. Like,
Yeah,
it's not a necessity.
You're a trusty right hand. That's all you need.
Oh God, Kaden, roll over. I feel like I'm gonna roll.
We're not talking to you guys right now.
We have a conversation about boys,
Um,
please. No, because apparently I'm lesbian.
Not
What's
wrong
up,
there.
everyone? Hope you guys enjoyed that video, even though it's just my friend talking about how he destroys his love life every single time he even talks to a girl. Hopefully that's funny, and sorry it's just a basketball net goal thing, because he wanted to protect his identity, and he didn't want people to know who he was. He also didn't want to know, didn't want other people to know, the other people's identity that he was talking about in the story too, because he respects privacy, and I respect that too. So I changed the voice of his voice and everyone's, and I also kept his face out of it, and all the names are cut out so they can keep the privacy, and I can still use this video for this because I thought it was personally really funny. Hopefully you guys did too. Don't forget to share, subscribe, comment, and like, and have a good day. Love you guys. Peace.